and then bawl their eyes out. I was like, I never understood that. I thought they were just acting. Why would you get emotional trying on a dress? Until I found my dress. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Hello, lovely people of the world.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
안녕하세요, 여러분.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
Sarah.
And Justin here. Hi guys. So in today's video, as promised, we will be talking more on our wedding planning process. Yay! The joys of planning a wedding. As you guys know, we did get engaged in May of 2016. The first thing we did was by word of mouth announce to everybody, hey, we're engaged, you know, and they're like, when's the wedding? We're like, we don't know. But we weren't financially ready for a wedding. But either way, you guys are all invited. You're all invited. Just telling my coworkers, my friends, and my family. First and foremost, wedding venue. You need to book your wedding venue first before anything else, because most of the ones that people really want are booked well in advance, like a year or even 2 years in advance, which is crazy. So I asked Justin, where are we getting married, honey? He's like, in Calgary. I'm like, cool. And we're obviously not gonna have a church wedding. We're not having a Muslim wedding.
It's not like we're gonna have a Korean wedding or Filipino wedding.
Or a Sudanese wedding.
What is Filipino wedding? Catholic?
It's Catholic mostly. We decided, let's have a Canadian wedding. Since we're both Canadian citizens and we met in Canada, and our future home and future children and whatnot are all gonna be in Canada. Tell me your story. So there's a backstory as to our wedding venue. Go!
I was in my early 20s. I was going to university at the time. I used to go to this little park for jogging, and every Saturday I would see a wedding at this park. It's by the river, there's flower bed everywhere. And I thought that one day I'm gonna marry a beautiful bride at this park.
What was it called?
It's called the Baker Park.
Baker Park. And I was like, geez, I've been in Calgary for how many years now? How come I've never heard of this park? And he's like, well, it's located in the Northwest. I'm like, oh, really? How come I've never been there? Can you take me there? And he took me there. This is after we got engaged, by the way. And then I was just blown away. I was like, this park existed all along, and not once have I ever been through here. Why not? Yeah, as you guys can see, there's this beautiful, what they call a sun bowl amphitheater, which is a nice platform overlooking the Bow River. It's beautiful. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, this is it. Without hesitation, I was like, honey, great job. This would be our wedding venue. So that was for the ceremony though. So we decided we would have a park wedding. I don't know how many of you guys can figure that out.
A hint, I'm Korean.
And he's Korean, so not sure if you figured that out. We'll see how many of you guys figured that out. I had to phone City of Calgary and figure out how do you book this spot, because it is, after all, part of a public park. We were able to successfully book Baker Park in Calgary,
which costed us $82.
$84.50.
That's what I said.
Right. The next step was to book a reception venue. We were looking at only 2 cultural centers.
We were looking at 3.
We were looking at 3?
Yeah.
What was the first?
We were looking at Polish, Italian, and Croatian.
But we never went to the Italian one.
Yeah.
We needed it to be at a community center because the number of guests that we were expecting to invite, about 300, because, you know, mostly coworkers, close friends, close family. I guess not close friends, all friends, all family members. We're like, this is going to be a celebration of love, like a celebration of our union. As a couple, legally binded couple, so we decided we had to invite anybody and everybody we've ever come across that have influenced us in small ways and more ways than one.
We looked at one hotel, and the reason why we looked at that hotel because it was more reasonably priced compared to some of the more expensive ones. But even the reasonably priced hotels were 3 times the cost of community center.
Yep. don't want to risk it, and triple the price, hotels were a no-go for us. I mean, yeah, we had to be wise as to how we spend our money, especially when it comes to planning a wedding, because you have all these unexpected things that are just gonna pop up, like, oh right, what about if we add like a candy buffet or what, something extra that we've never planned in advance. We decided between Croatian Cultural Center and the Polish Canadian Cultural Center. The Polish Canadian Cultural Center we fell in love with because it had really high ceilings, a huge venue, and like a huge dance floor, which is perfect for us because we didn't want people to feel stuffy. There's a lot of wedding venues where they try to squeeze in about as many people as you can, and you can barely pass through chairs to get to the washroom, to get to the bar or whatnot. So we're like, yeah, let's stick to the Polish. So we went ahead and booked it. So wedding ceremony to Baker Park, and wedding reception venue was to be at the Polish Center. We decided to attend the Bridal Expo just to get a feel for and an idea. I mean, we've never ever planned a wedding before. It was our first rodeo.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Did you?
No.
Okay, good. So anyhow, we went to the Bridal Expo to help broaden and expand our minds and enter into the realm of wedding bells.
Realm of high-priced
Wedding vendors. Of course, we didn't know that. We just walked in there blindfolded and winged it, and then sure enough, there were everything and anything you need to plan a wedding. You've got vendors there to help you with that. So we've had from wedding dresses. They even had like a fashion show for that, wedding tuxedos and all that. You had vendors for flowers, invitations, hair and makeup, nails, spas, honeymoon packages, venues, wedding venues as well. You name it. Jewelry.
Honeymooning vacation.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned
You said that?
Yes. So everything you need, like DJs, let's not forget DJs, photographers, videographers. Of course, we were so overwhelmed. We're like, whoa, hang on a second. There's too many to choose from. So we took all our business cards and like, we're gonna decide on another day. And also, most of them were very good at pre-booking us. Since the Bridal Expo in September 2016, we were booked.
Non-stop appointments.
Non-stop, after work, days off.
Every weekend. Some days we had 4 appointments in one day.
Were we able to successfully?
No, we had to push some of them out because we were running late.
Yeah.
We booked a photographer and videographer combination.
Yes. Right, so we decided to go with this group of videographer because it's a tag team. It's a tandem of a videographer and a photographer. And they offered a package that was pretty, reasonable.
No.
They were expensive.
we picked the highest priced photographer.
But I mean,
But they're top-notch quality. 4K video.
4K video, sure.
Not many vendors were offering 4K video.
And Justin loves and knows anything and everything that has to do with gadgets and advances in technology. So I just trusted Justin's judgment. A lot of people said that if you were to plan a wedding, one of the major things you have to invest on is your photographer, and possibly even if you want to capture a video of the actual wedding day, your videographer, because they capture your whole special day in the form of photos, which would serve as memories that you cannot change or take back for the rest of your life. Like, if something goes wrong and you're not happy with your pictures, you can't really hit the rewind button and go like, let's get married all over again. This time we pick a better photographer. Can't do that. So Justin and I agree that if we were to spend most of our money on one vendor, it would have to be the photographer and the videographer. We happen to have DJ companies that offer a photo booth as well. So we decided, why don't we just book a DJ that offers a photo booth and get this over and done with. So that's what we did. We found one of the best DJs based on ratings. Of course, we had to do our homework, you guys. We went through Airbnb and found a mansion that would be able to fit all of us, basically.
That we can use as a home base for our wedding day.
I wanted a place where it would accommodate my bridesmaids, his groomsmen,
and also their significant others.
Like all the family members flying in from the United States, from Dubai, or all over the world who are our relatives. Get ready and get photos taken, and even have breakfast together if we could, the morning of the wedding, and get to know each other, especially wedding party. Like, my relatives didn't necessarily know who my bridesmaids were, or his groomsmen didn't necessarily know who our bridesmaids were, so it would be like a great opportunity if they could all get to know each other. We were able to successfully book a mansion through Airbnb, not too far away from the wedding ceremony venue. Oh, for that we had to pay the full price, mind you, to book a mansion for 3 nights. Oh, and your tuxedo. Talk to me about your tuxedo, honey.
So we went to several tuxedo rental places. I didn't see any tuxedos that I liked.
They were just plain black, plain navy blue.
Or it looked too prom-y.
Yes, that's the word. Prom-like, yes.
And then we went to this one shop called Ed Williams Menswear.
Yes.
We were greeted by this gentleman named Peter, and he said, "Oh, how can I help you?" And then we said, "We're looking for a wedding tuxedo." And he said, "Well, we have this tuxedo here that you could try on." And the very first tuxedo that he picked it out and showed it to me, I knew I liked it at first sight. I just saw it hanging on a coat rack and I said, yeah, that's the one.
It's like that. Oh, in case you guys are wondering, he did not go with his dad. He didn't go with his best man or groomsman. He asked me to go with him. Aw, joint at the hip.
So I had a choice of getting one off the rack or having a custom measured and custom made. And I decided to go with a custom made tuxedo. He had to measure me everywhere, and then I found out that my one shoulder is lower than the other shoulder.
You know, you guys, our bodies are asymmetrical, right?
So I got this tuxedo from a Montreal vendor called the Jack Victor.
Canadian made, y'all.
I started thinking, what other places can I wear this tuxedo? Can I go to a corporate Christmas function?
Yeah.
Can I attend someone else's wedding wearing this tuxedo?
Right.
Could I?
Oh my goodness, he looked so dapper, y'all. So hot. I fell in love with him all over again. He looked like a Korean James Bond. Hot stuff. That's when I got swamped with visiting all these different bridal boutiques and looking for wedding dresses. And I remember the very first time I went, so we're not very traditional, as you can tell, right? So I decided I don't believe in old wives' tales about, oh, it's bad luck, or those myths. It's bad luck for the groom to see the bride in her wedding gown. I'm like, I don't care. I am getting married and I want to look great. I'm marrying this man right here. I want to look great. It's going to be our wedding day. I need his blessing when it comes to, that's the dress that will make you look gorgeous. That's the dress I want to see my future wife in as she is walking down the aisle. He was like, whatever you choose, honey, I'm sure you look great in it. I'm like, I know, but I really want for you to like it too. Baby. So I brought Justin with me. My sister came along. My mother as well. Big mistake. I love you, Mom. But I mean, she knows this. We talk about it all the time. So anyhow, we went to the first bridal place, and what happened? Was this the expensive one?
Yeah.
$16,000.
All the dresses there were super expensive. As soon as I looked at the price, my jaw dropped. They had the ones that were like $8,000.
$8,000 Canadian dollars. I'm like, for one day? Even if my dream dress costed 10 grand or 10 million, no. It's not gonna be my dream dress. Easy as that. I'm cheap. Okay, y'all? I'm cheap. Luckily for him. So yeah. Of course, Justin didn't care. He was like, yeah, you know, if you fall in love with the dress, I don't care. I'll pay for it. I'm like, no. Not only was it expensive, it actually didn't look good. It looked good on the hanger, and then I put it on me. I don't know if it's my body or it's just my face. I have no idea, but put it on me. I'm like, it doesn't look good on me at all. My mom was making faces, just like, or...
This dress is not the dress that she picked for the wedding.
Oh, she wanted a ball gown, actually. My mom was thinking, this is the one time in your life that you get away with wearing a ball gown in your age. Honestly, if I had met Justin in my 20s, I probably would have gone with the ball gown. But I felt I kind of want to show off my body before it changes, you know, as I grow and evolve into motherhood one day. Probably won't be able to get back my original physical appearance after having babies and all that. Kind of explained that to my mom, and she's like, oh, that's your choice. So ever since then, every time I try on a dress that hugs my body nicely, she would make faces and go like, doesn't look good. I prefer ball gown. I wear a ball gown, I look like a child, like a flower girl, in fact. I was like, I'm short, you know, like just ball gowns just don't look good on me. Since that day, I was like, I'm sorry, Mom, I love you, but I'm not taking my mom with me to go wedding dress shopping. Too many cooks in the room. So I decided, honey, I love you as well, but maybe it's better if I just, myself and my maid of honor, sister, go dress shopping. At least I only have one opinion. Actually, no, I wanted you there, but you were working the other days that I had set up appointments at the bridal store.
You only set up appointment when I was working.
No, it just so happens their only opening was like on weekdays during business hours, and you couldn't make it. I didn't even know what my dress was going to look like. I just knew I wanted something fitting, something that would complement my body and also at the same time make me look and feel bridal. And I didn't understand back then, like, you know, why do women put, you know, in those Say Yes to the Dress TV shows, why do women put on their wedding dresses and then bawl their eyes out? I was like, I never understood that. I thought they were just acting or faking it. And I'm like, why would you get emotional trying on a dress? Until I found my dress. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so story was, there was one bridal boutique or booth at the Bridal Expo that gave me their business card and said, come visit us, but never actually pre-booked me. So I was like, I have a $10 off, I think it was $10 off business card.
$10 is nothing.
Compared to the actual price of the gown, as y'all know. But how come I don't have an appointment with this store? So I believe I had 10 o'clock in the morning appointment at 1 that I had gone to. Too pricey, didn't find anything I liked. And then I had a 4 o'clock appointment later on. So I cleared my schedule for that day. I believe it was on my day off anyway. Asked my sister to come with me. And then I decided, why don't I ask if this bridal boutique that has a $10 off coupon actually can book me in on the spot. So I phoned them in the morning and I said, okay, I'm really sorry, this is short notice, but I am free today. Do you guys have any openings to accommodate me as I go shopping for a wedding dress? And they said, actually, we have an opening for 2 o'clock. Would you be available? And I went like, perfect, because my original appointment's at 10 in the morning at another store and 4 in the afternoon at another store. It's like 2 o'clock, I can do 2 o'clock. I mean, it shouldn't take long. I literally just want to breeze right through the racks and go like, can't find anything, moving on to the next store. So they booked me at 2 in the afternoon. I went over there with my sister, and to my surprise, I found my dress there. Yay.
What was your reaction?
Okay, reaction. Oh my goodness. Okay, so to all those fellas over there that I'm boring with the story, I am really sorry. But for all the ladies there that get me and are interested to the backstory of how I found my wedding dress, it's, oh my goodness, mind-blowing. For me anyway, I'm sorry y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna bore you right now, so you might want to fast forward. The lady welcomed me in. Took my name down as, oh, you are the one who booked an appointment for at 2 o'clock. Okay, cool, come on in. Please leave your shoes by the door. Apparently didn't want our shoes in because a lot of dresses are being tried on and it drags across the floor and might pick up some dirt along the way. So we had to go in with socks on. Thankfully I wore socks because it was cold. It was in October. So yeah, I entered the store. They gave me 3 tags with hearts in them at the end of the tag, and they said, these are racks for your size. There are 3 of them in your size. And they gave me 3 heart tags and said, hang these tags, take a look around for yourself, hang these tags on the top 3 choices, and we will have you try them on. And then they basically said that we'll start from there. If none of the 3 choices I have made are the ones I'm looking for, then they would help, at least they would have an idea as to what my top 3 are and as to what kind of dress I'm looking for. So then I found the very first dress was very beautiful. I felt it was perfect. I wanted something with lace, with possibly a sweetheart neckline, and most importantly, with a beautiful lace design on the back, a sexy lace design on the back that bears a little bit of skin, and not a mermaid, not an A-line, but it's hard to explain. What did I call it? A fit and flare kind of thing. So kind of fits up to my thigh, like it's nice and fitting, hugs your curves up to your thigh, upper thigh, and then kind of just flows smoothly downwards. Doesn't hug you to the knees like a trumpet or mermaid style where it restricts your movement or whatnot. So yeah, that was what I was looking for. So my first choice, I hung a tag on it. Then came second choice. It was also beautiful. I hung a tag on it. Then third, I hung another tag. Mind you, I did all this before my sister got there because she was supposed to meet me there. So she met me and she's like, oh, what did I miss? I went, oh, don't worry. I just picked my top 3 and they're bringing those dresses into the fitting room right now. You didn't miss anything. She's like, oh, okay, cool. And in the meantime, she was browsing through wedding dresses herself saying, oh, I would love to wear this when it's my day. Oh, I would love to wear this. Oh, you have to try this dress. I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. It's satin. It's like, there's no lace on it. And she's like, I know, but I want to see it on you so I'd have an idea as to what I like or what looks good on me. I'm like, what? So I let her have her fun. So then I went into the fitting room. I tried on dress number 1. So when I was putting it on, it didn't, I had no idea what it looked like on me. And then when I came out of the fitting room, stepped onto the platform and looked straight out at the mirror, head to toe mirror that they had, I got chills. I started choking up. I got teary-eyed and I just cried. I was like, what's happening? What's happening? And I started fanning myself. I tend to do that when I'm about to cry. Like, ooh, trying to fan the tears away. Evaporate soon. But yeah, I was so shocked. The very first dress I tried, it's not even the first dress ever, mind you. I did go to a bridal boutique before. I tried on dresses, felt nothing. And then this dress I tried on just made me cry. I got so emotional. I was like, oh, I still get goosebumps talking about it. I got so emotional. I was like, what the heck is going on? Am I sad? Am I depressed? Like, what's going on? And then my sister got all choked up and teary-eyed too. And she went like, that reaction you got, that's your dress. I was like, so this is what it feels like when you see brides on Say Yes to the Dress TV shows crying. When they're crying, I'm like, oh, overacting. There's no way I'll get emotional putting on a dress. Oh, come on. I can't possibly experience that ever until it happened to me. Peace. The lady was like, well, if that's your dress, then I guess we're done here. But like, can we please just try the other ones? Because like my sister also, she's like, that can't be the dress right away. I kind of want to see you try other dresses. It's supposed to be this huge experience of trying on different dresses and can't seem to figure out which one's yours. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, let's do it. So I tried on the second dress. Did not do the first dress any justice. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't keep going on. Then my sister insisted. So I didn't even try the third dress that I hung a tag on. And my sister grabbed the dress off the rack and said, can you please try this, please, for me? I tried on one with a satin finish. My sister fell in love with that dress and she's like, oh, maybe I should get that dress now. I went like, when's your wedding? She's like, I'm not engaged yet. I'm like, so then don't get the dress yet. It's like, at least I know where to find my dress if ever. I can't possibly find the dress now. I have a 4 o'clock appointment booked. And I even told the sales lady, I was like, I'm really sorry. I have another appointment I need to get to. Can you please put this on hold? And I'll talk to my fiance and we'll figure it out. And she's like, well, we are open till 6, so you can catch your 4 o'clock appointment and drop by, or you can come back tomorrow. But we do pre-order these dresses. So even if somebody else picks it, we can order it in your size, and you'd have to wait how long?
7 months.
I think 6 to 8 months to get your wedding dress in your size shipped to Calgary. I was like, whoa, what? Went to my 4 o'clock appointment with my sister. Obviously, my head was fixated at the wedding dress that made me cry. So every wedding dress after that, no matter how gorgeous they were, and trust me, I did find a bunch that looked gorgeous, or at least looked nice on me anyway. and still did not do the first dress justice. So I'm like, oh, this is hard. I feel like I'm cheating now. So yeah, did not like any. Well, I love these other dresses, but it didn't give me the same emotional experience. I was like, thank you so much for your time. I thank the lady for her patience and for booking me in. I'm like, okay, let's go back to that store now. So I phoned Justin. I remember saying, honey, you won't believe this, but I found my dress at the most unlikeliest places ever. One place that we never booked, that I never put in my calendar there, because we share a calendar together on our phones, Google Calendar. So yeah, and so he could see all my appointments. He would put all his appointments in there, and we could share and see what our days look like. So I told him, I know it doesn't show, but there was a 2 o'clock appointment there, and they kind of squeezed me right in, and I found my dress there where I least expected it. It's crazy. So yeah, we went back to that store. I asked him to leave work early so he can come take a look before we pay for the dress. So he came over, he saw the dress, he fell in love with it. He's like, you look gorgeous in that dress. I don't know if he really thought I looked gorgeous in that dress, or he just saying that because he knew that I went through this emotional roller coaster just putting a dress on.
No, you looked absolutely stunning.
Oh, look, you're so cute, thank you, honey. When he gave me like his thumbs up, yes, I love that dress, I was like, oh, I'm so happy. And then my sweet, sweet sister actually took the liberty of offering to pay for the dress. So that was her wedding present for us. She's like, I'm gonna pay for this dress. Please let me pay for this dress. That would be my wedding present to you. I'm like, okay, fine, if you insist. She's so sweet. And I promised, oh, okay, I'll buy your wedding dress when it's your turn. She's like, okay, sure. Now you know what my wedding dress is. It's right over there. You tried it on. I'm like, yep. And we have photos of it. So yeah. My sister purchased a dress for me, isn't she a sweetheart? I don't think I even showed my mom the dress. I just said, Mom, I found my dress. You'll see it soon, one day, when you know. Oh, wedding officiants.
At the Bridal Expo, we didn't see any officiants. So we went to Wedding Wire and started browsing, and then we found a few, and we start making appointments with a few wedding officiants.
For those of you who are not familiar with Wedding Wire, it's actually an online platform where it focuses on wedding vendors, and we actually had to interview a bunch of them. It's crazy.
Because we're not having religious wedding, we had freedom to choose what we want our wedding officiant to say in our wedding.
We understood we had to click. There had to be a bit of a chemistry between a wedding officiant and ourselves, because they would help officiate a wedding, the wedding of our dreams, essentially, really. So we had to make sure that we believed in the same thing, or that they were at least open-minded enough to officiate a non-religious wedding.
So your mom is Catholic, and your dad is Muslim, and your half-sisters are also raised as Muslim. My family, my parents are not religious.
And we finally found a couple.
Yeah.
There were a couple tandem, but only one of them would officiate the wedding, which was the husband.
Custom clergy.
Custom clergy services or something like that.
It sounded very religious.
Yes.
But we requested non-religious wedding.
The package that they had to offer, which was where you could actually customize
Everything.
Everything.
Including what the officiant says.
What the officiant said, like his script, and then our vows, and the way we want our ceremony to be. So we decided, hey, let's throw in the love letter ceremony, which most people know as the wine box ceremony, but we don't drink, so I mean wine, we're not wine drinkers, so we're like, maybe we should call it something else. Thankfully, Justin found a website. It's called the Love Letter Ceremony Box Set. I'm actually looking right at it.
It's from Wedding Star.
It's from Wedding Star?
I think so.
Website. Looks like it. We look weird. And then there was a wedding fair, another wedding fair that took place in January. And so we went, and we came out of it. The nice thing about these wedding fairs, bridal expos and whatnot, is that you get a chance to be entered into various draws that they had. Of course, we were not lucky enough to win anything.
No, you were lucky enough to win something, but I think it's something they say everyone is a winner because everybody gets 10% off.
Oh yeah, like a discount.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But nothing major. We didn't win a honeymoon package. So thanks you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's vlog. And please stay tuned for part 2 of the whole wedding planning process coming up in hopefully sometime next week. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for all your comments and constructive criticisms. We take that as positive feedback, of course. And hope you guys continue to enjoy and subscribe and comment because we enjoy reading your comments as much as we could anyway. Yeah, we love you guys. Thanks again. Enjoy your day. Bye.
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 Bye.